What is up, guys? We're gonna do quickly a group stage prediction for you for QuakeCon, and then later on we're gonna continue with the bracket prediction as soon as we know the outcome, or even before that. First of all, what I wanted to tell you guys is we got little competition for you again for predicting top 12. You're gonna see how the point system is working, but basically you need to place players from top 1 to top 12, and then the best 3 guys gonna win some prizes. For the first place is gonna be Endpoint hoodie. Basically it's our merch. It's gonna be Endpoint hoodie for the first place, the one which we're wearing at the moment. Like, the back looks really cool. It's like the Sheffield, the map of where Endpoint facility is. Second place is the t-shirt as well from Endpoint, and then for the third place we got the baseball hat. I think it's super cool. It's adjustable,
very stylish,
so it's gonna look good for everyone. But for now, as I said on the screen, we got the points, so take care and see how can you win the prizes. We're gonna start with the groups. Group A, it's dramis, bukster, Keltz. In general, what do you think about this group phase?
I think this group is quite probably challenging to predict what's going to happen there. All few completely different play styles. Honestly, in my opinion, I think with how Keltz has been playing lately, competing in all the online tournaments and how well he does versus main players from QPL, I think he does have the chance to come out of the group. The only thing that I worry for Keltz is that he doesn't have the practice online as the other players that have in this group. So that can be a little bit challenging for him. But if he doesn't get too nervous and he keeps his head in the game, I think he will go through. And I think between bukster and dramis is going to be very hard. They go back and forth between each other. Even in tournaments like Estoti, they keep going back and forth whenever they play. So
I think for the players it's extremely tricky situation because we have 4 groups of 3 people instead of 4 groups of 4 people. In this case means that each player has like straight away they have like a 3-0 win or 2-0 in maps, let's say. So they got 3 points. And then there will be a lot of tight matches, I think, because let's say dramis wins with Keltz, Keltz wins with bukster, etc. Then we have 3-way tie. And how they gonna deal with that? I'm not sure how they're gonna deal with that. If it's first of all, it's gonna come down to the maps, but there will be a lot of 3-way ties with 2-0 in those groups, I think. So then it comes to frags, to
most likely frags,
and then two guys gonna get out of the groups. In my opinion, I really think Keltz can also get out of the group, and I would say that he can even take a first spot. Doesn't matter that he didn't play on LAN. I think he's in extremely good shape. And then I would slightly favor dramis over the bukster. I think bukster is a good player, but so far he didn't really manage to get through the groups and get into QPL, and I don't think he practiced as much as before last event. If he didn't manage to get in on last event where he was prepared, I don't think he can get in now. So my prediction will be Keltz and dramis going out of the groups. And then straight away we jump into Group B, which is super hard to predict, and I think it's extremely hard to play for all of the players. We got Chain, CNZ, and dandaking, and I can't wait to see dandaking on LAN again. He made a big upset last year. He took a map of kills, and it was the first match of the whole event, I think.
Yeah, I think dandaking as a player is, he's a household name in Quake, and when it comes to him as a player, as you said it yourself, he comes to a tournament, he doesn't really get to practice with European players or North American players because he's from Australia. So now we have a situation where nobody actually plays dandaking and people don't know how to play him. They don't know his playstyle very well, even though they can study some of his older VODs. He doesn't really stream much, he doesn't upload any videos on YouTube essentially of him playing. So he's like the dark horse of the tournament, in my opinion. He can go through, but we don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in, honestly. When it comes to CNZ, I think he has a high chance of qualifying back into the league. He's been practicing quite a lot lately. He's been in the league before. He knows how it works. He's played in plenty of tournaments. And then we have Chain. Chain's been this season has been quite up and down for him. It hasn't been as good as before. So I think if I was to predict who would be coming out from that group, for me it would be CNZ and dandaking.
All right. I think the factor that dandaking has like this unique approach to the tournament. Same last year, he came there, and whenever I spoke with him, he was like, "Man, I'm having fun. I just came here for fun. I don't even want to qualify," he said. Because imagine me qualifying now and playing from Australia at 3 a.m. or something. That would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
He's already grown up man, so he said, I want to play good games, but I hope I don't qualify because I'm going to destroy the whole league.
So he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, with this kind of approach, he's dangerous for everyone, basically. So, and I also think he can get out of this group. The match between Chain and CNZ will be very important here, and I think it will be deciding one. It's hard for me to predict because CNZ always seems like really good, very stable. He has extremely good base of Quake. Yeah. He keeps calm. He doesn't feed. He's doing everything like correctly. The thing is, Chain seems to like pop up on the LAN events, and he ramp up his practice up to the event. So maybe that's gonna help him. All those matches are BO3. I think it's unbelievably hard to predict this one. I would say, I don't know. I would maybe even say Chain CNZ getting out. I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, everyone can get out of this group, and it's said that one of those guys will not qualify to the league because all of them will be extremely good addition to the league, I think.
Yes, fully agreed on that.
Group C?
Yeah, we got Group C, we got toxjq, we got Garpy, and we got Sparty. Again, we got 2 Swedes in the group.
Imagine they were in the group with Keltz.
Oh god, 3 Swedes.
Yeah.
That's the Swedish power right there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I would quite simply put Garpy and Sparty coming out of the group. Again, toxjq has his ups and downs. He keeps coming out of the league, coming back in. Again, this is a LAN tournament. We don't know exactly how it's going to go. People feel different on a day. But with what I've seen so far from Garpy and Sparty, they seem to be in a great shape. Sparty taking maps of kills and all the time in practice. Obviously, it's practice matches. We can't take them too serious, but at the same time, he's been showing up with a great shape. Garpy, again, he's somebody who's been playing on LAN events for so long. Same with Tox, but I do think that Tox hasn't been in his best shape lately.
I also spoke with Maestro guys because they all went to Garpy house and they had a boot camp. We got some leak information and they all told me that Garpy is doing really well before this tournament. He usually did really well in the practice. I remember last year he also did extremely good in practice games. Then, you know, as you said, the LAN factor is changing a lot because he came there, he kind of couldn't set up his PC. Yeah. It took him long to get used to the game. Another thing is like all those guys gonna use 500 Hz monitors this tournament, which means it also gonna take some time for them to adapt, and I think it's gonna have a little bit of impact of how the game feels, of the smoothness of the mouse feeling. Like I think they might feel a little bit of delay when there is more hertz. And
I mean, I think if it comes down to that point, the good thing about those monitors is you can change the refresh rate. So if they don't feel
they can stick to
enough,
360 or 240 anyway. Yeah,
and they'll be fine.
The only guy who has any experience on those kind of monitors is Rafa.
Yeah.
And I think he already got this monitor like almost a year ago from Liquid. As soon as they announced that we're gonna use the 500 Hz monitors, he straight away got himself that monitor.
And you gotta remember as well, this time Quake has a frame cap in the game.
Yeah.
300, so you can't really go above 300.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's still gonna feel quite smooth, but we'll have to see.
Obviously, there's like 2 groups of people that used to argue if you need to match your hertz with your FPS, etc. I still think even if the cap is 300 or 250, whatever the guy's gonna choose, I think they still gonna feel a little bit of difference with the hertz.
For sure.
Anyway, my quick predictions. I don't know. Like every week, we don't really know what's gonna happen because it's Quake. It's extremely hard to predict. But I'm keen on your idea that maybe Garpy is Sparty going out. I guess Sparty been practicing really hard. Unless he gets drunk the day before, he should be qualifying.
It can happen.
Anyway, Group D, last group, and I don't want to sound any rude. I think like this is the group which is not the most stacked out of all.
Fully agreed. We have 3 American players. We got psygib, Sib, and Effortless.
Honestly, I think Effortless being out of the league, I think he has high chance to get back in.
Yeah, I think there's definitely the motivation. But again, all 3 players, fun fact, they've all been in and out of the Pro League.
True.
So, based on
wasn't psygib like from the very beginning of the QPL?
Oh no, maybe psygib was.
I think he was all the way. I think he was all the way, but yeah,
Sib
were in and out. And yeah, well, then for a reason they call him like the best aimer in NA.
Yes.
Like he has really good hit scans, I would agree. So I think that's gonna bring you already far in Quake, and especially in this group, I think aim can be like really important factor. Both psygib and Sib, they are playing quite aggressive, so we need to counter that with some good positional play and with great aim. So I think effortless has huge chance to get out, and then it's 50-50 from within Sib and psygib. I think I think psygib lost to Hron actually, game to Hron this league. And I think he won actually his game with Sib. I would still go for psygib here. I think he has huge experience on LAN. We don't know how tank's gonna work on LAN as well, as you said. We don't know if clutch will be playable, which is like the first pick for Sib, and he's usually baiting for Awoken as the first map and picking clutch. Yeah. So I think that's a big factor. He needs to, as I said before when we spoke with Marco, they all need to set up early as possible, get as much practice in going and feel the game, feel the monitors, feel the new setup. Everything's new on LAN. Yeah. It's like whoever from those guys gonna adapt faster, they're gonna do a better job, basically.
Although I would say, finishing off this group, I think there is a high chance that Effortless might struggle on LAN. He's been streaming quite a lot lately, and every time he plays duels, he's really not enjoying it, and he's typing all the time in the chat. Yeah. So depends what kind of Effortless we get. We gotta remember Effortless is a team mode player. He's never been really a duel player. Yeah. If he gets in the right mindset when playing at this tournament, yes, definitely. I think he will go through the group stage. If he goes back into that mindset of focusing on the negatives instead of positives, that can affect the outcome, and potentially psygib and Sib will go through.
Hopefully he can control himself and effortless psygib going out of those groups. As we mentioned in the beginning of the video, check out again the point system. How does it work? You guys predicting top 12 basically from the first place till the 12th place. For each guest place, you get certain amount of points, and the merch from Endpoint is the prizes for you. We're gonna be sending it out as soon as you guys predict and the QuakeCon is over. Same as I mentioned it already a few times, same for the prizes for the whole QPL offline season, which we did for you with Marco. We will also be sending out the prizes. We already figured them out from our end, and then we need some information from Marco after the QuakeCon. Enjoy. We're gonna come to you with another video soon with the predicting the bracket. Maybe we can do based on our predictions from the group stage, depends on the timing, or we're gonna wait as the groups are played out. It should be today, and we try to do it on the fly. You need to remember, guys, we are over here in Europe, they are playing NA, so there's like 6-7 hours difference, so we need to time it well for you guys as well. Yeah, and that's it. Remember to subscribe to our Endpoint Quake channel. We're gonna get you loads of content this week around QuakeCon and around Quake, and we're gonna keep doing that for you. So subscribe, comment, and let us know what you want to see.